Welcome to RFD-TV Live, an informative and interactive hour featuring topics and products of interest to rural America, with expert guests on hand to answer your questions or discuss your feedback. And now, RFD-TV Live.
Good evening and welcome to RFD-TV Live with AGROTAIN. I'm News Director Mark Oppold. Tonight, we're talking about two things that will soon be heavy on the minds of many of you grain producers regarding their nitrogen, your nitrogen, speed and efficiency. I imagine for a lot of you, it can't get here soon enough with the winter here now, looking more like winter around the country. Nitrogen efficiency has been a regular topic on our program with AGROTAIN. Tonight, we have a panel of guests who can talk about some of the alternative practices that and the use of AGROTAIN nitrogen stabilizers and save you a great deal of time in the application process as well. All three of our guests, in fact, joining us for the first time on RFD-TV Live. Let's say hello first to Josh Long, Regional Manager with Koch Agronomic Services. Brendan Bachman comes to us from Lincoln Land FS in Illinois, and Craig Fenstermaker with New Leader out of Iowa. Welcome all of you to RFD-TV Live.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. Let's start with you, Josh. We're going to talk about the products here from AGROTAIN, a review. But before we do that, tell us about yourself a little bit, your background.
Okay, yeah, I graduated from Arkansas State University. I got a degree in plant science there. After that, went to work for University of Arkansas. Worked under a researcher there with AGROTAIN treated urea. We worked in corn. And from there, I went to work for AGROTAIN and been there for a little over 3 years, fixing to start my fourth season.
Fourth season? How fast time goes by.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to it, though, as always. They can't get here soon enough to get those planters out in the field and get this 2012 crop in the ground. Before then, let's talk about, we've had AGROTAIN on many times, of course, and talking about their great products, but maybe give our audience a bit of an overview, a quick reminder of what those great products are.
Okay, sure. We have AGROTAIN, we have AGROTAIN Plus, Super U, Nitamin, and Nitamin Infusion. AGROTAIN is a nitrogen stabilizer for urea and UAN solutions. It's a urease inhibitor, controls ammonia volatilization losses. AGROTAIN Plus has the same technology, except it's designed specifically for your liquid UAN solutions, 28 and 32%. And it also has a nitrification inhibitor in it, which is going to reduce leaching and denitrification as well. Now, Super U is the same type of technology, but it's in a granulated urea form. So it's a dry urea, but it's a triple action product as well, controlling all three losses. And Nitamin Infusion are slow release nitrogen fertilizers, liquid fertilizers.
Great products, and we're going to learn more about each one of those, kind of as that relates to different areas of the country. And we have, of course, Brendan from Illinois and Craig from Iowa. But let's start with you in your territory there, the areas you cover out of Arkansas and Mississippi, you told me before going on the air as well.
Yes, sir. I cover East Central Arkansas, about half the Delta area, and then I cover all of Mississippi as well.
So what kind of a season was it last year in your area?
Well, I guess last year was... I mean, everybody talks about the floods of 2011, and that's obviously a big thing there. And, I mean, it kind of set the stage for our growing season. And with the flood water, all the floods that we had, as long as the water stayed up, it really shortened our growing season and how much we could get done in a period of time, and it kind of emphasizes our need for speed. So it really exaggerated that, I think.
Yeah, again, flooding along the Missouri River, Mississippi River as well, and you felt that down in your area. And
yes.
How do you think farmers, how are they set up in those areas, do you think, this spring where they had water on their ground? These are pictures that reminisce, and we say, wow, look what that was like back then. And that ground right there, for example, it's going to be hard to work. What do you think about working that up this spring?
It could be a challenge. I think everything's going to be okay. I mean, farmers have been doing this for a long time, so I think they've got it under control. So, but you know, as far as nitrogen application, you know, I mean, it really shortened our growing season, so we had to find that need for speed and go more dry urea over liquid.
Speed and efficiency, really the name of the game again this spring as well. Craig, we're going to come to you, Brenda, but I want to go to Craig over there and on the end there. First of all, welcome again, and let's talk about your background there and from Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Cedar Rapids, Iowa is where New Leader is manufactured at. New Leader's been in business since 1939. Myself, I grew up on a family farm in Ohio and began my career working with a major agricultural manufacturer. And I worked with them for several years until I had an opportunity to be a part of the New Leader team. And for the past 12 years, I've been product manager for New Leader, traveling around the world and looking at different markets and trying to meet those market needs.
Wow, and those are ever-changing as well, aren't they?
That's right. Very
Absolutely.
much.
Yeah, and with that in mind, maybe give us, it might be a good place to start with you and research that you're showing, you know, farmers here what might be looking at as far as alternatives here this spring as relates to nitrogen application and stabilization.
Well, that's been a big topic of conversation for the past couple of years is top dressing nitrogen management, the need for speed, being able to cover more acres and being efficient in what you're doing. And from the different products and the New Leader product itself, the design of the G4 spreader and the technologies built into that spreader, along with AGROTAIN treated urea and Super U, allows us to broadcast that product faster and wider, being more efficient and productive in the overall application.
Mm-hmm.